Ladies and gentlemen, today, I address you not just as a concerned citizen, but as someone deeply alarmed by the unfolding crisis that is global warming. We stand at a pivotal moment in history, one that will define the future of our planet and the legacy we leave behind for generations to come. For decades, scientists have been sounding the alarm about the dangers of global warming. The evidence is overwhelming and undeniable. Our planet is warming at an unprecedented rate, primarily due to the increase in greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, which are released through human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. The signs of this warming are everywhere. We see it in the melting polar ice caps and glaciers, which contribute to rising sea levels. Coastal cities, home to millions, are under threat of being submerged. Island nations are at risk of disappearing entirely. The consequences of sea level rise are not a distant concern. They are a present reality that affects communities around the globe. We witness it in the increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. Hurricanes, floods, droughts, and wildfires are becoming more common and more devastating. These events are not just natural disasters, they are climate disasters, exacerbated by the warming of our planet. They destroy homes, disrupt lives, and cost billions in damages. They also have a human toll, taking lives and displacing families. Global warming is also having a profound impact on biodiversity. Species are being driven to extinction at an alarming rate as their habitats are altered or destroyed. Coral reefs, which support a quarter of all marine life, are dying due to ocean acidification and warming waters. The loss of biodiversity is not just an environmental tragedy, it has far-reaching implications for ecosystems, agriculture, and even human health. The agricultural sector, which millions of people around the world depend on for their livelihoods and food security, is particularly vulnerable. Changing weather patterns, prolonged droughts, and unpredictable rainfall are making farming more challenging. Crop yields are declining, and food prices are rising, leading to increased hunger and malnutrition, particularly in the world's poorest regions. Health is another area where the impacts of global warming are being felt. Rising temperatures are contributing to the spread of diseases like malaria and dengue fever, as the mosquitoes that carry these diseases thrive in warmer climates. Heatwaves are becoming more frequent and severe, posing serious health risks, especially to the elderly, children, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Despite the overwhelming evidence and the clear and present danger posed by global warming, our response has been tragically inadequate. For too long, we have ignored the warnings of scientists, choosing instead to prioritize short-term economic gains over long-term sustainability. This must change. The window of opportunity to address global warming is closing rapidly. If we continue on our current path, we risk triggering irreversible tipping points, such as the melting of the Arctic permafrost, which would release massive amounts of methane into the atmosphere, further accelerating the warming process. The consequences of inaction are too dire to contemplate. We must act now, and we must act decisively. This requires a collective effort from governments, businesses, and individuals. It requires bold policies, innovative solutions, and a fundamental shift in how we think about and interact with our environment. First and foremost, we need to drastically reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. This means transitioning away from fossil fuels and investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal power. It means improving energy efficiency in our homes, buildings, and transportation systems. It means rethinking our agricultural practices and protecting our forests, which act as vital carbon sinks. Governments have a critical role to play in this transition. They must implement policies that incentivize the adoption of clean energy and penalize activities that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. This could include carbon pricing, subsidies for renewable energy projects, and regulations that limit emissions from industries and vehicles. Businesses also have a crucial part to play. They must recognize that sustainability is not just a moral imperative but an economic one. Companies that invest in green technologies and sustainable practices will be better positioned to thrive in a low-carbon economy. They can lead by example, reducing their carbon footprints, implementing energy-efficient processes, and developing products that are environmentally friendly. Individuals, too, have a role in this fight. We can make choices in our daily lives that contribute to the reduction of greenhouse gases. Simple actions like reducing energy consumption, Using public transportation, recycling, and supporting sustainable products can make a difference. Moreover, we must hold our leaders accountable, demanding that they take meaningful action on climate change. International cooperation is also essential. Global warming is a global problem that requires a global solution. Countries must work together, sharing technology, knowledge, and resources to combat this crisis. Agreements like the Paris Accord are a step in the right direction, but they must be followed by concrete actions and commitments. The task ahead of us is daunting, but it is not insurmountable. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the means to combat global warming. What we need now is the will. We must act with urgency, courage, and determination. We must embrace the challenge and see it as an opportunity to build a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous world. The end is not inevitable, but the time to act is now. Let us not be the generation that saw the coming disaster and did nothing. Let us be the generation that rose to the challenge and secured a livable planet for all.